Hello, Penn High School class of 2023. This is Mrs. Hoover, and I want to talk with you today about some high school scheduling key terms. Some of those terms that you'll hear Mrs. Eck and I say over and over again that we just want to make sure that you fully understand what we mean when we're using these terms. When in your classroom next week and actually inputting your schedule, we'll have some time for questions that you're having, but we want to make sure that we all understand some of these basic terms. Here are some of the words that we're going to talk about today. Fine arts, block scheduling, what it means to pass a class, earn a credit, the different kinds of diploma track, Core 40 and academic honors, and then a little bit about electives. Let's talk about electives first. There are so many choices. You are fortunate to go to a high school that has an amazing list of classes available to you as electives. I actually shared yesterday the whole program of studies at Penn. I did not share this document first with you because the freshman electives are really the main thing that you need to use to fill out your pink sheet, but we'd had enough questions about some of the other electives. We wanted to provide that to you. There are pages and pages and pages of all the different kinds of choices that you will have for electives. So electives are those classes that you choose to take when you've gotten your core classes scheduled and you're passing all of those. You can take a fine arts class, a world language, a technical class. There's all kinds of business classes, technology classes, things to do with computers, computer programming, design, construction, machinery, all kinds of things like that. At Penn, they'll be urging you to take electives that fit into a career pathway that you think you would like to explore after high school. So many great choices for you. Just a reminder here about world language. We really want you to be a solid A/B student if you are considering taking a world language class as a freshman. It really is another core class, as Mrs. Eck mentioned earlier this week. And so that's really reserved for students who have very strong language skills and study skills. Some of the fine arts classes that you can take as a freshman would be any music class. You can really consider staying in the same class that you are doing at Schmucker. Try out the band at Penn, the orchestra, the choir. You can take any art class that is on the pink sheet. The Intro to 2 and 3-dimensional art is a good, just basic class, similar to what you would have done with Mrs. Perkins here. And then there are a lot of other more specialized classes that you can choose to take, and those fulfill our fine arts requirement and then just give you just a kind of good brain break while you're at school sometimes. The theater arts class or tech theater both count as a fine arts class. Theater is if you want to be on the stage, tech theater is behind the stage. And then there's a dance class that's available to freshmen. That's a really good way to get some exercise and learn the creative dance while you're at school. So those are the fine arts classes that are available to freshmen. Some of those classes you could take all 4 years and really grow and learn so much in those classes. A little bit about how the schedule works at Penn. We talk about block scheduling there, and that basically means that at Penn you'll have gold days and black days, not just for your wellness classes like we do here at Schmucker, but for all of your classes. Every day will either be a gold day or a black day, and that will totally determine what 4 classes you have on each day. So you will have 5 core classes, including a PE, 2 electives, and 1 study hall on your schedule. That's 8 classes total. You will have 4 of those on gold days and 4 of those on black days. Your lunch might be a different time. They have A lunch, B lunch, C lunch, D lunch. You might have A lunch on gold days and D lunch on black days or vice versa. It's all determined by your 3rd period class. On a gold day or a black day, you always have lunch with your 3rd hour class. But that's what we mean when we talk about block scheduling. Okay, the term passing a class, it's very important that you understand that you, in order to finish a class or move on to another level of a class, you have to pass each class with a D or above, or you do have to retake that class. You could take it online during the summer, or you might have to take it the next year. So receiving a failing grade in a class would require that you take the entire semester of a class over. So you'll have a semester that's August through January, and then a semester that is January through June. And if you do not pass, say, the first half of the year in English 9, you will have to take that first half of English 9 again in the summer or in the next year. So when you pass a class, you are earning a credit. And so everything in high school is about earning credits. And each subject area has a certain number of credits that you have to earn for graduation. For example, if you look at the graduation requirements, it would say that you need 8 credits of English, which is 2 semesters each in 4 years, so it equals 8. For math, it's required that you at least have 6 credits, just 3 credits a year, times 2 semesters each for 6. For the academic honors diploma, you'll actually need 8 credits, but that's just an example. So at the end of your high school career, you will have a total number of credits that you have earned that will go on your transcript, or it would be something that it might go on your resume when you're applying for jobs. It's important that you're adding up those credits that you're earning. So the 2 different diploma tracks, and these are at the top of your pink sheet, the different kinds that we want to talk to you about today. The first one is called the Core 40 Diploma, and that means that you have 40 required credits in the state of Indiana that have to be accomplished to be able to get that diploma. And so, for example, 8 credits in English, 6 credits in math, 6 credits in science and social studies, 2 credits, which is 1 year of PE, a half year of health, and the rest would be your elective classes. And they want you to have as many elective classes in a certain career pathway as possible. When you add all those up, including the electives, you would have to have at least 40 credits to graduate. And most of you will graduate with many more than 40. That's just the minimum requirement for the Core 40 diploma. The Academic Honors Diploma would have some additional requirements to the Core 40 diploma. For example, the extra year of math with 8 credits. You do have to have a world language with the Academic Honors Diploma, either 3 years of the same language or 2 years of 2 different languages. You have to graduate with a 3.0 or above, and you have to be ready to take some AP or ACP classes. Those are mostly in your 11th and 12th grade, but you have to have some of those higher level classes to earn that Academic Honors Diploma. The Technical Honors Diploma is on the top of your pink sheet as well. We're not going to talk too much about that. Some of those requirements kind of change over the years, but there are a lot of different technical tracks that you can take once you're in the high school, especially in 11th and 12th grade, to earn some technical accreditation, and that would be one of the ways to earn a Technical Honors Diploma. So those are some of the terms we want to just discuss with you today and make sure that you're familiar with by the time we come to your classroom. Remember that you need to finish your pink sheet, choose those electives, take it home to discuss with parents and have them sign it. Turn it back into your social studies teacher by Friday. And then Mrs. Eck and Mrs. Hoover, we will be in Mrs. Marsh and Mrs. Schuster's classes next Monday on the 11th, and we will be in Ms. Hartford's class on Tuesday the 12th. And you need to have your pink sheet at that time so that we can enter all your classes for the high school and get you on your way to becoming a Penn High School student and the graduation class of 2023. Thank you. We will see you next week. We'll be glad to answer questions at that time. And thank you very much.